And if you go steal somebody's stuff down by the river, you could kill them. It's just that simple.
I've seen it happen.
You could kill them. Hey everyone, Patrick from Downhill Solutions and/or Trinidad Outdoors. This video is definitely going to go up on both channels. This is a very important topic that we need to talk about. It's very dear to my heart for obvious reasons. I can't believe we even have to talk about this. This is Charles. I met him down here by the Riverwalk when I was riding today, and we got to talking. And recently we've had some individuals that have wanted to clean up our community, or clean up our community as they like to put it. Alright folks, I'm going to interrupt real quick. And I know one of your first thoughts is, Patrick, this is going to really reflect poorly on our community. And it really shouldn't, because the couple individuals that are doing this are not really part of our community. These individuals have moved here in the recent years, the past 5 or 6 years, and they don't live by the same kind of values that we do here in Colorado. Growing up here, it's a lot harsher environment, so you cannot treat your neighbors and your fellow community members like this. And it is just a couple individuals. It's not like this is a community-wide problem. It is just a couple individuals. And you go, well, Patrick, how do you know they're doing it? And unfortunately, these guys are so dumb. They post to Facebook. These individuals are partaking in an activity called plugging. And I'm going to go to my trusty phone here and go to the always reliable Wikipedia. And I'll tell you what Wikipedia says, verbatim, about plugging. Plugging is a combination of jogging with picking up litter. Great, right? On the surface, sounds like a wonderful idea, and it is. As long as you're cleaning up litter. Somebody's camp, their tent and sleeping bag do not constitute litter. I shouldn't have to explain this to grown adults. So I would say, if you want to treat people like this, go back to where you came from. If it's acceptable in the community that you moved from to treat people like this, go back there. But please don't be doing it here. It's not acceptable here, and you will kill someone. Absolutely. So I'll return you back to the program. And everything else. And I want to just tell you right now that it is not acceptable for you to break down someone's camp and throw it away just because you don't want them living in your community. And that's what this breaks down to. This is it's an absolute atrocity to do this to someone. Charles, if you went down there tonight and somebody has taken your tent and your sleeping bag, what would happen?
Well, there's an 80% chance it has happened. I have to just keep going on, or retaliate. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to end up in jail. I've been through this many times. It sucks, people think that homelessness is an epidemic. It's a thing that's real. I've met doctors, secretaries of schools, teachers, dentists even, that are become homeless because of something tragic in their life has happened, and it was hard for them to carry on. Something happened. They got bankrupt. Somebody died. Something. Everybody has their story, but because somebody has been fed with a silver spoon their whole life, and they think that we're scum of the earth. They don't know who we are, and we don't know who they are, and we don't look for problems, and we don't want problems. Police have to do their job. They're called, they think whatever, and then they kick out or whatever, or our stuff gets robbed. If we try to retaliate, then we get in trouble with those gangs or those crooks or thugs, and we don't even want no problems like that. It's just, we're given that stuff from people who have love for the needy, who understand what we're going through. But what we're going through on the streets is awful. In Albuquerque, me and this guy heard a woman getting raped on the railroad tracks. We called a security officer and he didn't do anything. He couldn't go back there. That was traumatic. We've seen people get beat up. I was in the Black Lives Matter riots in Denver and in Albuquerque. I had nowhere else to run but to a cemetery. I've seen people come and try to kill me for my bags, or jealousy because I'm trying to clean up cemeteries or doing a good deed. It's hard, man. I've been in the same train that was parked where 2 people died that night when it's 17 below because it was an ice box. I didn't die, but I remember just not shaking on purpose. But it's real. I mean, we're on the front line, man, of trying to survive, and we're getting harassed by police officers just because we're stereotyped by. There's cops that are good, like in Trinidad, most definitely, but there are cops that are rich or family or paid off, whatever, and then you got the gang members who want to rob homeless people because they know they're getting stuff from a charity, and they could go get a stone or dope or some shit, and we can't go to. We don't have money to get on a bus to go down to the homeless shelter. We don't have, sometimes you have to fly a sign. Sometimes you have to beg for money and you don't get it. And there's that one angel out there. And it sucks when your shit's gone. Because what if you don't have that shit to fucking survive with? Excuse my language, but it's real. I might not look like I'm homeless, but I am. And it's been for 2 years now. It's been hard. And when I get what I have, I give. I'm helpful to everybody, and I see so much love out there. But you got the good, the bad, and the ugly everywhere. Just remember, it's an epidemic of softness of our nation not helping out homeless, but they can. I don't know. I don't know what to say, but it's happening. There's no advocate for us homeless people. We don't have money to buy lawyers. We don't have money for protection. We can't carry guns, knives, pepper spray. With what money? How do we get a license or what? If you go to a homeless shelter, then it's like going into a jail. You have to deal with the certain cliques. You get judged. You get sized up. And then if you're doing all right and you're on the streets, somebody sees you and they're jealous and they know you leave some stuff behind. They rob it. It's like it's a new world order of homelessness. And how do we get out of it? How do we get that ticket out? I'm sorry. I could go on for days on this.
No, it's okay. So, in Colorado, our temperatures plummet very, very quickly.
Very drastically.
Yeah, today it was 65 degrees. I was out riding and I was sweating. But right now, the sun's going down. It's probably upwards, it's like 42 degrees or so. And it's going to get down to 30 tonight.
That hour before the sun comes up, when the sun's coming up from where it rises, it's pushing all that cold from the heat of the sun. And that hour before the sun pops up is the most coldest and the most drastic. The
scariest stuff.
It's awful. It's scary. I mean, I've been in situations where the tent caves in, the tarp caves in. The sleeping bag you're in is so warm when the snow hits it, it melts in there, and you have to zip up in there. There's nowhere to take off your clothes. You have to survive. What if that happened to me but my sleeping bag was stolen? I would be dead. This was in Taos, New Mexico, in Alamosa. I've been in Iowa, 42 below with wind chill factor. You have to do things like put a bottle in your sleeping bag to pee in it, or you die. It's crazy. But when people are stealing from homeless, what is a retribution about that? What is a justice? We can't do anything about it. Why, in the most beautifulest city I've been in the United States, Trinidad, this is going on? Why? Yeah. That's not fair. These people are beautiful. I came back here because I'm going to get on my feet, and I hope my shit's still at my camp. Or it's not even my camp, but it's just whatever.
Well, and I tell you folks, Trinidad has always been renowned for being very accepting of everyone. And I think I speak for all the good people of Trinidad when we want to keep that reputation. We do not want to be known as a community that runs off people for their sexual orientation, how much money they make, how much money they don't make, whether they want to live in a house or they don't want to live in a house. Because you know what? It's really no one's damn business. And if you go steal somebody's stuff down by the river, you could kill them. It's just that simple.
I've seen it happen.
You could kill them. We lost a gentleman down here a couple of years ago, and we lost one here like less than a month ago. We don't need to be losing people. So please, I think we all understand you're trying to clean up our community, but there's a right way and a wrong way to do it. And taking people's camps down and stealing their sleeping bags and throwing them in the trash is not acceptable. I can't believe that we're having to have this conversation, but that is not acceptable. All right, if you enjoyed the video, subscribe, hit that like button. Please be kind to everyone around you. You know, like, we're in stressful times right now. Everybody's got it rough. You don't need to be being hard on other people and making their lives harder. All right, everyone take care. We'll see you on the next episode. Thanks again.